Let's discuss all that we know for certain GTA 6 will have. We can really use Red Dead Redemption 2 as a standing point to see what Rockstar plans to add to the next Grand Theft Auto in the series. For example, the combat system. We all know GTA 5 really lacked in the combat section of gaming, with very simple fist fighting that basically either resulted in NPCs getting knocked out in 4 hits, and other players just needing to spam the hit button to get an easy kill, or simply dodging every time. It really wasn't exciting at all. Red Dead Redemption 2, we saw the introduction of a great combat system that gave proper realistic fighting, with the ability to tackle people to the floor, to then continue beating them up or choke them out, and also to choke them out while standing up. NPCs also didn't have the health of a paperclip, but instead offered a great fist fight to make some fun fight situations. They did it so well, they even directed some missions to revolve around a big fist fight. And Grand Theft Auto 6, they will take this combat and most likely update it to better suit a GTA theme by the type of fighting style done, or the ability to knock other players out but not killing them would be interesting. So fist fights can be done without actually having to die, but a complete overall combat system is for sure going to be in the next GTA 6. Next is having realistic carrying options that we see in Red Dead 2. Instead of the cliche GTA way of keeping every single weapon we own inside our prison wallets, it's safe to say a Rockstar will bring in a GTA 6 the realism of needing to carry certain weapons at a time while keeping others inside of the car or safe house storage. I mean, it made Red Dead 2 so much more immersive, and I'm yet to find someone that hated that feature. Even for online, it meant if a player was carrying a certain weapon, you were able to see this on them, so you could prepare for a situation. This will be very interesting to see for the PvP world of GTA. This also means that GTA 6 missions will not just be an easy run and gun situation like a lot of GTA 5 missions felt, like due to the simple fact we could switch between assault rifles to rocket launchers and back to miniguns in seconds. It's honestly overpowered and immersive breaking. Since GTA 6 will be in a modern area compared to Red Dead 2, we can also expect the ability to buy different sized backpacks, various car storages depending on the vehicle, and even possibly add medic kits to regain health instead of just spamming food. Of course, the obvious is that GTA 6 will of course have mind-blowing graphics that will push the technical limits of the latest generation consoles, because that's what Rockstar does. They take maximum advantage of the hardware offered to them to work on, and it's still an unbelievable shock that a game way ahead of its time like GTA 5 was able to run on consoles like Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 that had a RAM size of 512 megabytes. Do you know how insanely impressive that is? The fact they made such an amazing open world game to run on 512 megabytes of RAM, which is still the game we play today, besides the graphical and performance upgrades. Just think the insane game they have the ability to make on new generation hardware that has 16 gigabyte of RAM and solid state drives. It's literally 32 times the RAM capability. Next is the multiple switchable characters of story mode. It was clear Rockstar really enjoyed having free characters to build with on story mode for GTA 5. It took away that limitation of one character and allowed them to create in its own way 3 separate stories with different lore that ultimately joined together to create a big main story, and doing all of this without taking away the feeling of connection to the characters. I say that because I played the last Watch Dogs, and the idea of being able to play as literally any NPC sounded really intriguing to me on paper, but when actually playing the game I felt no connection or emotional attachment to the story whatsoever, because I had no set one character which I could identify as me, but instead have multiple. This of course isn't as extreme in GTA 5 as it's only 3 characters, but they still managed to make all 3 equally the main character, with the community loving all 3 of them for their own reasons that really made them unique. So I can definitely see GTA 6 having this again. Maybe this time with 4 characters or just 2. I mean, there was a rumored leak that a playable police type narc character was going to be in the game, which would be something really awesome to experience. The return of story mode heists, but on a bigger level, is something GTA 6 will do. The GTA 5 story heists were good, but after Rockstar showing that level they can do in terms of heists on GTA Online, it's safe to say they'll put their imagination back to use to create memorable heists for GTA 6. Also most likely with a lot of more freedom to the player on how to do the heist, just like we've seen with Cayo Perico. This next feature that GTA 6 should have for sure will back up this claim that they have plans for massive heists, and this is the introduction of Destructible Environment. If you haven't watched my other videos on the details of GTA 6, then let me quickly explain, but I recommend checking my other videos out for all the information you really need to know. A job listing by Rockstar New England pretty much stated that they needed special effect artists that are capable of creating large scale destruction like skyscrapers crashing to the ground, and there is no past game of Rockstar's that have had this, so it only makes sense for this to be GTA 6. A story that involves large scale destruction and missions is something I really do believe we can all look forward to, which could be Rockstar's way of having an overtime changing map from actions we have made in the story mode, or their way of really making some unbelievable heists. We will find out. Last but not least is interactive NPCs. We did see this in Red Dead 2 with the ability to have minimal conversations with NPCs by being nice or antagonizing them, as well as random NPC encounters that we had the choice to follow into a side mission or to just ignore, which will for sure be brought back in the GTA 6. Although, did you know Take-Two, the company, actually released that they have a whole new upgraded automated program that can make NPCs close to being self-aware AIs that will actually avoid our characters if they hear gunshots, as well as having their own personal skill of driving that will change with the different vehicles they drive, just like real life. There's way too much to explain in this video, but I have another video that goes over all of it that I really recommend watching, as well as other GTA 6 information videos I have. Thanks for watching and consider subscribing. Until next time, Spartans.